Hello, Raj from Refined here, and in this video I'll give you a brief demo on how to set up a multi-language site in Refined version 3.2 for Jira Data Center and Server. So we've received a lot of questions and feedback from Refined users on how to set up sites that can serve users in different languages and how this can be implemented on Refined. To this end, version 3.2 of Refined for Jira includes two new features that can be used together to set up fully multilingual sites. So let's get into it. I've got a site here that I've set up and added some categories into and some modules on the landing pages as well. This is currently set up in English, as you can see. I'll go ahead and add Swedish to this site as well, so end users will be able to switch between English and Swedish to view this site. So in order to do this, I open up Refined Admin and there's a new languages option here. Let's open that up in a new tab. So here we have the first new feature in version 3.2. You can add languages, and we've added support for 25 different languages. So adding a language here will add a language switcher to your site. I'm going to go ahead and add Swedish and save that. And then, as you've seen, we've set up our site in English by default. But if I want my end users to be able to switch between English and Swedish here, then I would need to add English as a language as well. So I go back to the languages section and let's add English US and save that. And if I go back now to the Help Center and refresh this, now the language switcher shows me both English and Swedish. So my end users can now switch between these two languages. So if I go ahead and pick Swedish, then you can see that the customer-facing parts of the Refined portal, such as the elements in the avatar menu that show your requests and your issues and so on, are automatically translated to Swedish. But the names of the categories that I've set up on my site and the text in the modules, that is not translated just yet. So in order to do this, we've implemented a second feature in Refined 3.2 for Jira, which is called custom text variables. And I'll show you how this works. Let's go back into the admin area. And then we have this dictionary section where you can add custom text variables. These variables can be used for layouts, so you can add them to modules that are in your layouts. You can add them in the site builder as the names for your sites and categories, and you can use them within announcement banners as well. So I'll go ahead and add a couple of examples here. Let's add one that I want to use on one of my categories. So I want to translate the help and info category, for example. So I can call this one Cirrus category help info. The default value, I'll leave this as help and info. And in Swedish, I'll call this hjälp och info. And let's add that as the English value as well and save this. So you'll notice here that the naming that I've used has the site first and the category after that. This is a useful tip that you can use when naming your variables, so you have an idea of where you're going to use these and you're able to organize these in a better way. I'll also go ahead and add a variable for the words welcome to in this module. So let's call this module welcome to. I add a default value. I add a Swedish value. Let's make that a small t. And the English value. And I'll go ahead and add one more here. So the search here text, I will go ahead and add a variable to translate that as well. And I'll call this module search here. So I'm using the same sort of naming convention here where I'm adding the context of where I want to use the module. This is just a tip. You can choose to name the variables as you like, but I like to do this so I know where I'm using them. So car. And save. So now we've added our variables in here. We need to go into the site builder and into the modules to actually apply these. So if I open up the site builder, let's do it in a new tab, and I will go ahead and copy this variable. And if I scroll down to my Cirrus site, this is the category that I would like translated. So I simply change the name of this to the variable and save that. Yeah, there we go. And then I go to my site home as well. And these modules that I want translated, I need to edit the layout and edit the module. And let's grab my variables. Let's take the welcome to and copy that. And let's put that in here. And we'll also add the search here variable. So paste that in there and save. And then we publish this. I will refresh the page. And now I've got it in English. If I switch now to Swedish, then we've got the category translated to the Swedish version, and we've also got the text in the modules translated to Swedish. So this is how you can use the custom text variables and the bundled supported languages to be able to translate your entire site. I've got an example here of an entirely Finnish site. This is our demo site that's anonymously accessible, so you can visit this as well. If I switch this to Swedish, then in this example, all the categories and the projects and all the modules on the layouts have been translated into Swedish. And if I open this up in edit mode, then you can see in this layout that I'm using a lot of custom text variables in order to translate the different text in these modules. And it's the same if I go into the site builder. Then you can see here that I've got custom text variables as the names of the categories. And if I show you what the languages section looks like here, then I've got a long list of custom variables that I'm using across the different sites on this instance. So to recap, in this video we've covered how to add languages to your Refined for Jira instance, how to add custom variables for use in your modules, in your site builder and on your announcement banners, and where to apply these different modules. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions for us, you're welcome to reach out to our support service over at support.refined.com.